The Battle of Mississippi, the Egg Bowl, a game that has a tendency to rip families apart during a time of year when most families come together to express Thanksgiving. But some are thankful for the sound of cowbells or screams of hotty-toddy, which will make their presence known in this one. Glad to have you with us from Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. Obviously, it's every team's plan to run the ball each and every game, but today he challenged his offensive line to help his running back get the record. They know that he's been so productive in his career, and today he has an opportunity to get the rushing touchdown record. So in the red zone, I will be shocked if they don't get this guy the ball. They all want him to receive the rock because he has meant so much to this team and to this program. Expect that to be a big focal point of the running game today. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Got an alley. Breaks into the open. The 50. Inside the 40. Past the 20. He is in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And this offense is wasting no time. On the second play of the game, they cash in with a long-running TD. We knew a big key for them in this one was their ability to ground and pound. They wanted to force-feed this guy the football, and he showed up ready to go. This guy ate his Wheaties coming into this game, not even wasting time. Look at the speed and the power and the elusiveness. That was fantastic.
He'll bring it back looking for help. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Making the adjustment on the play. Fresh center downs going to the air. Quickly complete. Makes the catch but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Offense gets set for 2nd down. feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Finds his man. There he goes. The 50, the 40, the 20, 10, into the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense is back on the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Just feeds the running back. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dropping back, it's Bailey. With the catch, it's Cook. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Got it, looking for the first down. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Off play action on first down. Makes the catch, it's Alexander. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Picked up maybe 3 on the play. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
2nd and long here. Defense wants to bring the heat. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Baxter. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
On first down, it's Baxter again. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And he takes this from inside the 5. Snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. He's changing the play. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Crosby. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And I think they found a matchup they like, man. This running back has been a problem out of the backfield. Like, we know he can run it, but the matchups now, who's going to cover him? Is it a linebacker? Is it a safety? Right now, this offense, they've found something with him catching the football in the backfield, and they just keep going back to it.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Long way to go on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. This time on target. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it with Baxter. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. They go right back to their man on second and goal. Knocked down immediately.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
they'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Touchdown, Rebels! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Right back to the well. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there was 2 guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot, man. He's a game breaker. He's a guy that can make big plays for this offense. If I'm the QB, though, I might be a little bit careful. If they got that many guys on him, I got to be safe with the football.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Drops back on 1st down. Can hold on in the face of the contact. So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench, fumbles in the end zone to lose it, legs being hiked, coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications.
Makes the grab inside the 30. Runs through a man. He might have space. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in a lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast to the football? Really nice play design, a little misdirection. The defense didn't know what hit them. Big gain for the offense.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Might as well give it to him again. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Off the boot, looking for his man. He lets one fly deep. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The run inside. It's Crosby. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Booster! Jet!
Back to throw, it's Love. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time. Getting hit as he's trying to throw the football, you've got to protect your quarterback.
They're working that left side. He's down right there, short gain on the ground.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Lets it fly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle, jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
Trying to get started. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Pulls it, fired complete. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Making the adjustment. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Love. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. They're all over him. And down he goes. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass on 2nd down. Stepping to the right. He throws into the middle of the field. He's got it along the sideline. Hits the crease. Touchdown Rebels. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country. And the Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Back to throw, it's Love. Out wide right, it's Crosby. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw again. Looking downfield. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Takes it the other way. The 30. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out. .25-yard line. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Well, giving away 5 on the false start certainly doesn't help anything. 2nd and long coming up. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Straight ahead, it's Crosby. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Sets his feet. It's Love. Look out! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Wants to throw one first. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI.
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, you know, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a pick, but clear offensive pass interference on that play.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Gets the back moving. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Following Ole Miss' 1926 victory in Starkville, a melee between the fans ensued. Imagine that in this rivalry. So the two sides got together and said, what we need is a trophy to calm the passions of each side, and they settled on the golden egg. Thus, the Egg Bowl was born.
Yeah, what calms everybody down more than a golden egg? I mean, just the perfect recipe.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And defensive coaches talk about it all the time, winning first down. And what that does for a defense, they win first down, they force second and long, they're ready for it. Nice job rushing the passer, getting the sack, and now putting them in an even more predictable situation. Third and forever. Great job by this defense.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Soft spot in the middle. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
The Rebels will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No room to bring it back. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Booster. Sends it back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Love. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
He does a good job of scrambling around and trying to make a play. But I tell you what, you don't want to take too many shots like that. Those big hits, oof. If you get up now, you dang sure going to feel them later.
Second down to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Fresh downs going up top. In the backfield, it's Crosby. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looking downfield, it's Love. Throws to the tight end. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They go back to C.J. Baxter. Down he goes.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Drops back, it's Bailey. Got it. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Number 33 in punt formation to kick it away.
Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
14.
And the Rebels will punt this one away.
On to kick it away.
Making his first move. Taken down right away. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Motion from the wideout. Quick spin on the run. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Changing the routes with his receivers.
Freeze! 14-24 plus. 14-24 plus.
Looking to throw, it's Love. intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Rebels. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
You really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And the returner goes down. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Ready. Flag 14. Flag 14. Go, go.
They give it back to him. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Spits it out to the back. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Ready, go.
Running inside. It's Crosby. Turning it on. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
To throw, it's Lott. Rush is on. Got the back over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Quick give. It's Crosby. Got 7 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 3. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. Makes the grab on 3rd. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And
he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Got to make the play on fourth. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. To the air, it's Bailey. It's complete on the right side. Maybe a pickup of 2, and they'll stop him right there. That takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Fires to the right. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page. You get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
The Rebels will send out the punt unit. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Left side is Taylor. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback changing the play. Motion from the back. Snap on first down, wants to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Back to pass, it's Love. Right side, it's Crosby. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And it's always interesting when you get into this garbage time and if it really matters or if it doesn't. And depending on who you talk to, it matters. But that's a big passing play. They just needed a lot more of those in this football game so they could score some points because this offense, it was a disappointing day.
Looking to the big tight end. Hauls it in. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Rebels. How about this defense taking one back to the house? They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. From the gun, it's Crosby. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Lets it go. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one has gone. And it is Ole Miss marking its territory in this one and taking down Mississippi State to claim the Egg Bowl. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.